Hi, my name is Sara Obiali, and I manage the humanitarian projects at EAVAC Sandek.
Hi, my name is Dorian Tosi Robinson. I am a project manager at EAVAC Sandek. We are going to explore solid waste management in humanitarian context together and uncover its most important aspects.
Did you know that every year around 300 million people worldwide rely on humanitarian aid? From conflicts to natural disasters, understanding the context and environments where humanitarian aid is needed is crucial. This knowledge helps ensure that humanitarian efforts in water, sanitation, and solid waste management are as effective as possible. In this video, we will look at the different humanitarian contexts and the main phases of an emergency. You will learn to identify key challenges in solid waste management across different situations. Plus, we will introduce practical tools and guidelines designed for humanitarian settings, many of which are also valuable in development context. Humanitarian aid plays a vital role when crises, such as conflicts or natural disasters, disrupt communities and overwhelm local capacities. Those emergencies create a urgent need for resources, infrastructure, and services. Humanitarian responses typically unfold in three phases: acute, stabilization, and recovery, each influencing how WASH interventions are planned and implemented. By understanding those contexts and phases, you can make informed decisions and adapt WASH solutions to meet the evolving needs of affected communities. Humanitarian crises significantly impact solid waste management. Disasters and conflicts can destroy infrastructures and result in loss of life, further straining systems that are often already limited. Restricted access to affected areas can make waste collection even more challenging, increasing pressure on existing services. Additionally, the risk associated with improper waste management, such as pollution and public health threats, are amplified by the scale and the urgency of the crisis. In situations of mass displacement, such as refugee or internally displaced populations, solid waste management systems often need to be quickly established, either from scratch or by expanding existing services with limited resources. Over time, temporary camps may transition into longer-term or even permanent settlements.
As Sarah mentioned, humanitarian contexts are often categorized into three phases: acute, stabilization, and recovery. At each stage, solid waste management plays a crucial role in protecting public health in the short term and safeguarding the environment in the long run. However, the focus of solid waste management varies depending on the phase. In the acute phase, the priority is addressing immediate needs by establishing temporary waste collection points and disposal areas to prevent disease outbreaks. Proper management of hazardous waste, such as medical waste, is essential to minimize health risks. As the situation moves into the stabilization phase, more structured waste management systems are introduced, including organized collection, transport, and disposal. Basic waste segregation and resource recovery efforts can begin, along with community training on safe waste handling practices. During the recovery phase, the focus shifts to developing permanent and sustainable waste management infrastructure, such as landfills, composting sites, and recycling facilities. Strengthening local capacity and integrating waste management into local governance are key to ensuring long-term sustainability, enabling a smooth transition once humanitarian actors phase out their involvement. Solid waste management in humanitarian contexts face several challenges. It's often given low priority with limited resources like funding and equipment. Municipalities may lack technical capacity, and the immediate focus is simply on collecting and disposing of waste to prevent public health risks. However, the absence of safe disposal sites and restrictive legislation, such as restriction to build permanent infrastructure, further complicates efforts. Community awareness is often low, as well as ownership, especially for displaced populations that are uncertain about when they could get back to their homes. This can lead to more complex community engagement, less ownership of the services and lead to improper practices for waste management. Addressing these challenges require thoughtful planning and integration of sustainable waste management practices. Several tools and guidelines are available to increase awareness, build capacity, and support practitioners in the field to better manage solid waste in humanitarian contexts. Even though these tools and documents target humanitarian contexts, they are also useful for all development contexts. Let's go through each one of them and learn about their content and how they can be useful. The Compendium of Solid Waste Management in Humanitarian Contexts is a key document which introduces principles for safe solid waste management in humanitarian contexts. It follows the service chain and provides an overview of the possible technologies to be used for storage, collection, treatment, and disposal of solid waste. The publication addresses key cross-cutting issues and the management of special waste fractions, essential considerations in humanitarian solid waste management. Another document is the Humanitarian Aid Solid Waste Assessment and Improvement Guidelines, or HAWAI. This is a practical tool to support practitioners in evaluating solid waste management systems and improving them. It is divided in three main parts. The first part guides the user to identify hotspots and the risks related to solid waste management. The second part is to support with the assessment of solid waste management services, including collection and transport, disposal, and recovery of recyclables and organics. In this part, possible improvements are proposed alongside key elements to evaluate to assess the service. The last part provides a simple step-by-step description to guide practitioners when setting up new services. Next is the Guidelines for the Safe Disposal of Solid Waste in Humanitarian Contexts. This provides information about key mitigation measures that can be prioritized at a disposal site to safely contain waste. It also informs on essential planning steps and on how to operate a disposal site. These guidelines include an Excel tool to estimate the area required for disposal of waste based on the amounts of waste that are generated. And finally, the guide, Is biogas a feasible option? This guides practitioners through key assessment questions that must be answered to evaluate if biogas projects are suitable for a specific humanitarian setting. It also provides information about technology and operation of biogas systems. Along with the guidelines, an Excel tool allows to do a rapid first estimate of biogas and digestate production based on a given feedstock available for treatment. So now, let's wrap up this module. You learned that solid waste management systems face significant challenges during humanitarian crises, with each phase bringing unique implications for waste management. The challenges to solid waste management in humanitarian crises highlight the need for carefully tailored and sustainable solutions. Finally, you now know about tools and guidelines that are tailored for humanitarian practitioners working with solid waste management.
Now it's your turn. You can access all the resources on our webpage.